There's a moment, brief, quiet, and almost invisible, when her eyes tell you something her words never could. You're sitting there, maybe laughing together, maybe just talking about something simple, and for a split second, she looks at you differently. Her gaze lingers just a little longer. Her pupils seem softer, deeper, almost like she's lost in thought. You feel it before you even understand it. Something's different, something's there. And that's where it begins. The hidden sign in her eyes when she likes you more than a friend. You see, most men miss this moment entirely. They're too focused on what she's saying, on trying to say the right thing back, or on reading her body language. But the truth is, attraction doesn't always show up in words or gestures. Sometimes it hides in silence, in the way her eyes search for yours and then quickly look away, or how she holds your gaze when there's no real reason to. It's the language of emotion before logic catches up. Now imagine this. You've known her for a while. Maybe she's that friend who always teases you, or the coworker who laughs a little too much at your jokes. You've never thought too much about it, but tonight feels different. You're sitting close, the light's softer, the world feels slower. She's telling you a story, smiling, and as she does, her eyes meet yours, and they stay there. There's a softness, a warmth, something unspoken hanging in the air. That's the look that says, I feel something, but I'm scared to admit it. Psychologically, this is called emotional microexpression, the face's natural way of showing what the heart feels before the brain filters it out. And the eyes are the most powerful part of that expression. When a woman likes you, her pupils dilate slightly. It's a biological reaction. Her brain releases dopamine, the chemical of attraction and pleasure, and her eyes respond automatically. You might not notice it consciously, but you'll feel it. It's that invisible pull that makes you look back at her and wonder why your heartbeat suddenly feels louder. And here's the thing. When a woman looks at you that way, it's not about beauty or appearance. It's about energy. It's about how you make her feel. Women don't fall for faces, they fall for emotions. When she's around you, if she feels safe, understood, and seen, her eyes will start to reflect it. They'll soften when you speak. They'll widen when you make her laugh, and they'll search for yours even when you're in a group. But here's where most men go wrong. They doubt it. They question the moment. They think, nah, she's just being friendly. And maybe she is. Or maybe she's trying to hide something deeper. See, women are emotional protectors. Even when they feel something strong, they rarely reveal it first. Instead, they test. They'll hold your gaze longer, then look away to see if you'll follow. They'll glance at you when you're not paying attention, just to check if you ever notice them. It's her way of saying, do you feel this too? Without having to risk rejection. There's something timeless about that kind of communication. It's primal. Two people silently sensing each other without a single word. You can't fake that. You can't plan it. You just feel it in your gut. Her eyes don't flirt like her smile does. Her eyes connect. They tell you, you matter. I see you differently. Think back to a time this happened to you. Maybe you were with a woman you'd known for months, even years. You thought she only saw you as a friend. But then, one night, there was that look. It came and went so fast that you almost convinced yourself you imagined it. But deep down, you knew it wasn't your imagination. It was real. Because for that 1 second, she let her guard down. And that's the thing about women. Their eyes always speak first, even when their words can't. There's a psychological reason for this too. The limbic system, and the emotional center of the brain, is highly active when we experience attraction. For women, this often triggers nonverbal communication, like changes in gaze, facial expressions, and even subtle shifts in posture. Her mind might tell her to act normal, but her body betrays her. That's why her eyes linger when she's trying to convince herself to stay detached. You'll notice it in those quiet moments when the conversation fades and neither of you says anything. There's just a silence that feels electric. Her gaze meets yours, then she looks down with a little smile. Not because she's shy, but because she's trying to hide how she feels. And if you're confident enough to hold that silence, to not rush it, or make it awkward, something powerful happens. She starts to trust the space between you. She starts to feel you without you needing to say anything. That's what attraction really is. It's not a line, not a move. It's presence. It's the ability to create comfort without control, connection without chasing. So when you notice that hidden sign in her eyes, don't overthink it. Don't question it. Let it be what it is, a small, beautiful truth that tells you she sees you as more than just a friend. But here's where it gets even deeper. The eyes don't just reveal attraction, they reveal vulnerability. When a woman looks at you and her gaze softens, it means she's allowing you to see the emotional side she hides from the world. That's not something she gives easily, it's trust in motion. And if you handle that moment with calmness and respect, you'll notice her start to open up more, emotionally and psychologically. She'll start to share little things she never told you before about her fears, her dreams, her past, and she won't even realize she's doing it. Why? Because her eyes already made the connection first. You see, when a woman truly likes you more than a friend, her eyes become her biggest giveaway. Even if her words, her behavior, and everything else seem casual. It's not something she plans. It's something her emotions reveal before her logic can catch up. When she's around you, her gaze softens, like she's letting down her guard without even realizing it. Her pupils dilate a little more than normal. It's her body's unconscious way of saying, I feel something when I'm near you. And if you're paying attention, you'll notice that her eyes linger on you just a second longer than necessary. That small, almost invisible delay. That's where her feelings live. You might notice that when she's laughing, she looks at you to see if you're laughing too. That's because you've become her emotional mirror. Your reactions matter to her now, even more than she'll ever admit. When a woman is only friendly, she'll engage with you, sure. She'll talk, she'll smile, she might even be warm. But her eyes, they'll move freely, scanning the room, checking her phone, or glancing elsewhere. But when she starts to feel something deeper, you become her focal point. Her world narrows down for a moment, just you and her in that invisible connection. There's this one sign that's almost impossible to fake. It's the way her eyes search your face when you're not even talking. Maybe you're quiet for a second, lost in thought, and she looks at you like she's memorizing your expressions. That's not curiosity. That's emotional attachment forming. She's trying to read you, trying to understand you without words. And when her gaze softens during those silences, when there's no reason to be smiling, but she's still looking at you with that warm, unspoken energy, that's the moment she's falling, whether she knows it or not. Sometimes you'll catch her stealing glances when she thinks you're not looking. You'll notice it. That quick eye contact followed by her looking away, almost embarrassed, like she got caught doing something intimate. That's not shyness. That's emotional vulnerability trying to hide. Because in that tiny moment, she wasn't just looking at you, like she was admiring you. She was picturing something that went beyond friendship. And here's the thing. Women are emotional communicators. Their words might stay guarded, but their eyes, they speak raw truth. They reveal connection, attraction, even longing. And the deeper part, when she starts liking you more than a friend, she doesn't just look at you differently, right? She sees you differently. Suddenly, your small details become significant. The way you talk, your body language, your silence, she notices it all. She begins to remember your words, the tone of your voice, even the look in your eyes when you talk about your dreams. It's like her subconscious starts collecting emotional evidence. This is how attraction in women builds, not instantly, but subtly, through emotional and visual cues. She feels something in those micro moments of eye contact, those split seconds of shared silence, those times you make her laugh and she looks into your eyes a bit longer than usual. And here's where most men fail to understand. They rush. They try to define it, push it, or ignore it altogether. But the truth is, a woman's eyes will reveal what her words can't yet admit. When she likes you more than a friend, her eyes hold a spark of curiosity mixed with safety. You make her feel seen, and in return, she starts seeing you as more than just another guy. She'll look at you like she's searching for something in your soul, something familiar, something real. And once that happens, my friend, you've already made your way into her emotional world. Here's something you need to understand. Women rarely confess their feelings first, especially when it comes to liking someone more than a friend. They fear losing what they already have. They fear rejection. So instead of saying it, they show it. Quietly, subtly, through their eyes, through the way they behave when you're around. And if you're emotionally intelligent enough to notice, you'll see everything she's trying to hide. You'll see it when she looks at you and then quickly pretends she wasn't. You'll see it in that soft smile that appears before she looks away. You'll see it when she's in a group, talking and laughing, but the moment you speak, her eyes shift to you almost automatically. It's not about politeness anymore, it's about connection. You have become the gravitational pull in her social space. No matter who's around, she feels your presence more than anyone else's. And sometimes it's not even about eye contact, it's about how she looks at you. Maybe it's the way her eyes light up when you walk into a room. That small change and that tiny spark, that's her emotion leaking through. Or maybe it's the way she looks at you when you're not trying to impress her, when you're just being yourself. That's when her eyes soften. Because women are not drawn to perfection, they're drawn to authenticity. Think about the moments when you're talking about something personal, maybe your childhood, your dreams, your struggles, and she's just quietly listening, eyes locked on you, not interrupting, not checking her phone, just fully there. That kind of attention is rare. And when she gives it to you, it's not just interest, it's emotional investment. Her eyes are saying, I care about what's happening inside you. And if you've ever felt that magnetic silence between you, that stillness where words stop but something electric lingers in the air, that's where her feelings breathe. That's when her eyes and your eyes communicate more than a whole conversation could. You both know something's there, but neither of you says it. You both feel that tension, the beautiful, terrifying energy of something more than friendship forming. Psychologically, this happens because the female brain releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone, in moments of emotional connection, and eye contact intensifies that release. That's why the longer she holds your gaze, the deeper her feelings grow. Her eyes aren't just a reflection of attraction, they're a doorway to emotional intimacy. It's how she bonds, it's how she connects. You see, when a woman's feelings cross that invisible line from friendship to something deeper, her body language changes naturally, her eyes lead the way, but everything else follows. Her tone becomes softer around you. Her smile lingers longer. She remembers tiny things you said weeks ago. And when you speak, she listens differently, like your voice has a personal meaning for her now. But here's the truth most men miss. When a woman likes you more than a friend, she doesn't just want your attention. She wants your presence. She wants to feel emotionally safe enough to be seen, without pretending, without pressure. Her eyes are asking, can I trust you with how I feel? That's why if you want to recognize the hidden sign in her eyes, you can't just look for lust or excitement. You have to look for that subtle mix of warmth, curiosity, and vulnerability. The kind that says, you matter to me more than I'm willing to admit. Because in that moment, her heart is trying to say something her lips can't yet find the courage to express. You'll notice it in quiet moments, when there's no performance, no reason to impress anyone, just you and her existing in the same space. Maybe you're sitting next to each other, maybe you're talking about something completely random, but then something happens. Her eyes pause on you. That pause isn't accidental. That's her heart slipping through her guard for just a second. You see, when a woman likes you more than a friend, her body betrays her calm. Her pupils dilate slightly when she looks at you. That's biology. It's the brain's automatic response to attraction. It's subtle, but it's real. You might even notice her blinking less or her eyes softening when she locks onto you. That's her subconscious telling you, I feel safe here. And sometimes it's not even about the way she looks at you, but when she can't. Have you ever noticed how some women get shy when your eyes meet? They'll hold your gaze for a second and then immediately look away, smiling to themselves. That tiny, nervous laugh, that flicker of eye contact, it's her emotions fighting between wanting to be seen and being afraid of what that means. There's a difference between friendly attention and romantic energy. A friend listens. A woman who's falling for you feels. She feels your words. She absorbs your energy. She remembers your expressions, your tone, the emotion behind your stories. It's because women are emotionally intuitive. They connect through empathy, not logic. When her eyes start studying you like you're a mystery she wants to understand, that's when you know something deeper is happening. Picture this. You're hanging out, maybe at a cafe, maybe at a small gathering. You're talking about your goals, your struggles, something meaningful. While you're speaking, you catch her watching you in silence, not judging, not waiting for her turn to speak, just absorbing. That's the hidden sign most men overlook. Because at that moment, her eyes aren't analyzing what you're saying, they're feeling it. She's emotionally syncing with you. And when she starts mirroring your expressions, when she laughs when you laugh, when her eyebrows lift at your excitement, when she unconsciously leans closer, her attraction is turning emotional. Her eyes have started seeing you as someone she wants more of. Not just more conversations, but more closeness, more moments, more connection. What's beautiful about this stage is that she doesn't even fully understand it herself. She might tell herself she just enjoys your company or that you're such a good friend. But her body knows better. Her eyes give it away before her mind can process it. Because women feel before they rationalize. They fall emotionally before they admit it logically. The psychology behind this is fascinating. When a woman looks into a man's eyes she's emotionally drawn to, her brain's mirror neurons activate, the same ones responsible for empathy and connection. That's why she starts feeling your emotions as if they're her own. That's why your pain matters to her, your joy excites her, and your silence worries her. You're no longer just a friend in her story. You're becoming a character her emotions can't ignore. And you'll notice when she's deeply into you, her gaze lingers even when the moment's over. You might look away, but she doesn't. You might finish talking, but she keeps her eyes on you like she's memorizing your face. That's her heart's way of saying, don't disappear. It's a mix of admiration and fear. Fear of losing this growing connection she's just starting to feel. You might even catch her stealing glances when she thinks you're not looking, during a conversation, in a group, across the room. Every time your eyes meet unexpectedly, she looks away with that shy smile. That's her emotional instinct exposing itself. Because when a woman's heart begins to open, her eyes become the window she can't close. As time goes on, the truth becomes even clearer. Her eyes start to speak a language that words can't match. When a woman truly starts to like you more than a friend, her gaze carries emotion, depth, and longing. You can feel it. It's like the energy between you changes. Her eyes don't just look at you anymore, they search for you. Even when you're not talking, she'll glance toward you just to make sure you're still there. And the most beautiful part? She doesn't even realize she's doing it. Because her heart takes over, her guard drops. Every glance becomes softer, more meaningful. Her laughter feels warmer, her presence more grounded. You can feel her attention on you, even when she's trying to act casual. She wants to be close, to share moments that linger. That's why her eyes find you first in a crowded room and last when she walks away. You'll know she feels something deeper when her eyes tell a story before she even says a word. You'll notice that she holds your gaze just a little longer when you talk about something vulnerable. You'll catch her watching you with a mix of admiration and tenderness when she thinks you're not paying attention. And you'll realize that her smile isn't just polite anymore, it's emotional. It's filled with something she's afraid to admit. There's a psychological reason for this, too. When a woman feels emotionally drawn to a man, her oxytocin levels rise. That's the bonding hormone. It's the same one that makes her crave closeness and eye contact. Her brain associates your face, your eyes, your energy with comfort and safety. That's why she wants to keep looking. It's not about physical attraction alone, it's emotional chemistry, something far more powerful. And if you ever see a woman's eyes go quiet around you, when she stops talking, when she just looks at you like she's lost in thought, that's the moment she's processing her feelings. She's trying to make sense of what's happening inside her because deep down she knows she's crossing the invisible line between friendship and desire. But here's the part most men don't understand. When she looks at you that way, she's not asking for validation. She's not testing you. She's opening a door, a small, fragile door to her heart. And if you recognize that, if you respond with calm confidence instead of nervousness or overexcitement, you'll make her feel seen in a way no one else has. That's when the connection becomes real. That's when friendship begins to transform into attraction. So the next time you're with her, don't just listen to what she says. Pay attention to what her eyes reveal. Notice how they linger, how they soften, how they sparkle differently around you. Those eyes are showing you everything she's too afraid to say out loud. They're whispering the truth her words haven't caught up to yet. And maybe, just maybe, when you catch that look again, you'll realize she's not just looking at a friend, she's looking at the man she's falling for, the one who makes her heart race, her mind wander, and her eyes give her away. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe for more insights, only on Psychology of Desire.